With the announcement of how expansive Nintendo's Super Mario Odyssey's world is going to be, along with the revelation that it's dug up some of its underutilized characters and assets from previous Mario titles, like Mario's first love interest Pauline, who's been revealed to be the mayor of New Donk City, I can only wonder who or what else might at least make cameos in the game, which brings me to my top 15 wish list for Super Mario Odyssey. Starting us out at number 15, we find Camela, a powerful Magic Koopa who has only made one appearance to date in Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii. Camela is a very distinct Magic Koopa compared to the others who are, for the most part, clones of Kamek. Camela wears purple robes with a red trim. My, doesn't she have good taste? She wears a red gem at the center of her chest, her claws are painted a distinct crystal color, and her lips are painted a pale green. To top it all off, she wields a magic wand which houses a power star in its orb. Considering we only see her a maximum of 2 times in Super Mario Galaxy, I think we can all agree that Camela is begging for a reappearance in a game like Super Mario Odyssey. Coming in at number 14, we find the dream world of Subcon and all of its inhabitants from the American version of Super Mario Bros. 2. For those of you who aren't already, please allow me to acquaint you with the summary of the storyline as told in the instruction booklet. The story starts with our hero Mario finding himself in a strange dream where he proceeds up a lengthy stairway. At the top he finds a door, which he opens to find a strange world he's never seen before. Straining his ears, he's greeted by a small voice that pleads with him to help defeat the evil wart, who has successfully placed a curse over the world of dreams and all of its inhabitants. Afterwards, Mario awakens to find himself in bed, and he proceeds to call upon his brother Luigi, the princess, and Toad to discuss his dream. They decide to have a picnic on a nearby mountain where they notice a small cave. They decide to explore this cave. Upon entering it, they find a lengthy stairway, much like the one in Mario's dream, and at its top a door which takes them into Subcon, the world of dreams. Aside from the Shy Guys and Birdo, the dream world of Subcon and all of its inhabitants have been lost in the sands of time. Super Mario Odyssey would be an excellent place to dig them out. Coming in at lucky number 13, we find Captain Toad and the Toad Brigade. This quintet first appeared in the Super Mario Galaxy series. They all have distinctive personalities, for Toads, that can easily be explored and expanded upon in a game like Super Mario Odyssey. We first saw some character development with the captain of this merry band of explorers when he was given his own game entitled Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Nintendo Wii U. In Super Mario Galaxy and its sequel, Captain Toad was known for putting on a false front, pretending to be a brave explorer when in all reality he'd be the first to jump for cover at the first sign of danger. Captain Toad also had a tendency for being whiny and lazy when expected to do anything that deviated from his goals. However, we saw a great shift from this when he appeared in Super Mario 3D World and, of course, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, where he's depicted as being much more bold and considerably greedier. Next on our list, we find the Goomba Village, which to date has only appeared in the first installment of the Paper Mario series for the Nintendo 64 console. While the Goomba Village was only populated by a single family of Goombas and a Toad, the Goomba Village instantly made an impression on me because, like the Goombas in Monster Town and Super Mario RPG, it was one of the first times players were introduced to non-combative Goombas who, as you're undoubtedly aware, are typically aligned with the evil King Bowser and typically a part of his first wave of attack when invading the Mushroom Kingdom. The family that makes up the Goomba Village are quite charming in their design and personalities. It would be nice to see the idea of the Goomba Village, located to the northwest of the Mushroom Kingdom, fleshed out and expanded upon in a game like Super Mario Odyssey. Moving right along to number 11, we find the kingdom of Nimbus Land and its inhabitants, which were first introduced and thus far only seen in Mario's first role-playing game, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars for the Super Nintendo. For those of you who aren't familiar, Nimbus Land is a floating kingdom located on a massive cloud, which is primarily populated by the cloud-like Nimbus folk who are unique in their ability to manipulate the weather. Nimbus Land is an interesting location combined with its inhabitants' unique power. There would be endless possibilities for a game like Super Mario Odyssey. Might I add that there's a unique dream cushion that Mario can purchase when he stays at the inn in Nimbus Land. That, as the name suggests, makes the user dream. This would be an excellent potential entry into the world of Subcon. It should be noted that Nimbus Land can only be accessed by climbing a vine located in a large area known as Bean Valley, which is an excellent segue for number 10 on our wish list, the Bean Kingdom, which played a significant role in the first entry in the Mario and Luigi series, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. According to the map in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the Bean Kingdom shares the northeast border with the Mushroom Kingdom. The kingdom is ruled by the monarch Queen Bean and her heir apparent Prince Peasley. It would be interesting to see the Bean Kingdom with its villages, mountains, castles, woods, and beaches recreated in Super Mario Odyssey. And yes, I was suggesting that the Bean Valley in Super Mario RPG could be a link between the Mushroom Kingdom and the Bean Kingdom, and of course Nimbus Land. Coming in at number 9 on our wish list, we find Princess Peach's longtime steward Toadsworth. Toadsworth made his first appearance in Super Mario Sunshine, where he accompanied Mario and the princess on their vacation to Isle Delfino. In all of his appearances, Toadsworth is typically found doing one of three things: hovering over the princess, fretting over her absence, or giving the Mario brothers advice. He's had several appearances since his conception, though as of late, his role has been cut down to the occasional cameo, which is a poor decision in my opinion, since, according to Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, Toadsworth has been with the princess since her childhood, acting as a parental figure much like Kamek's role with Bowser. Hence, it would be nice to see Toadsworth play a larger role in a title such as Super Mario Odyssey. Next on our wish list, we find the Kings of the Mushroom World as depicted in Super Mario Bros. 3. For those of you who aren't familiar, according to the storyline in Super Mario Bros. 3, the Mushroom World is made up of various lands and kingdoms, all governed by a separate monarch who each wield a magic wand. However, Bowser and the Koopalings invade the Mushroom World and not only successfully steal the magical wands from their respective king, but they use them to transform the kings into various creatures. With the kings in this vulnerable state, Bowser and the Koopalings quickly take over, and it's up to the Mario brothers to return the wands to their rightful owners. Each king has a unique appearance, fitting for the land that they govern. I've always found it curious that they've never made another appearance, and I feel that it would be interesting to see them return in a game like Super Mario Odyssey, which has such an expansive world. Moving right along to number 7, we find everyone's favorite vacation spot, Isle Delfino, which, aside from a few sporting and racing titles, has primarily appeared in Super Mario Sunshine for Nintendo's GameCube. Shaped like a dolphin, this tropical paradise is considerably larger than it may appear on a map, with a variety of interesting sights to see, including a grand plaza, lakeside villages, a fishing port, an amusement park, a number of beautiful beaches, and of course, Hotel Delfino. Isle Delfino is also home to a number of rare species like the Pianta zanokis. We can all agree that this location and these species have more than one story to tell, and what better outlet than an open 3D world like Super Mario Odyssey. Next on our wish list is the Gino doll. Since its conception in Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, this peculiar character has fascinated fans. For those of you who aren't familiar, Gino is a star sprite whose real name cannot be spoken by mortal tongue. During Mario's quest for the 7 star pieces, Gino was sent by a higher authority to aid in this quest. However, he'd be rather useless in his natural form, so he decided to inhabit a Gino doll. I'm not necessarily suggesting that Nintendo bring back the character of Gino in Super Mario Odyssey. Seriously, what role would he play? I am suggesting, however, that it would be clever to see Gino dolls as Easter eggs around the Mushroom World, sitting on shelves in shops or in the hands and homes of toads with children. Captain Syrup and the Black Sugar Gang sail in at number 5 on our wish list. A good counterpart to everyone's favorite damsel in distress. Captain Syrup is a ruthless pirate and the main antagonist of the Wario Land series, who leads a band of swashbucklers known as the Sugar Gang. To date, Captain Syrup and the Black Sugar Gang have only appeared in the Wario Land series and deserves to make that leap into the Mario titles, if not just to prove that human women in the Mario universe are capable of being independent. Swinging in at number 4, we find none other than Donkey Kong Jr., who, in more recent years, has been replaced by the more agile Diddy Kong in the Donkey Kong Country series. For those of you who aren't familiar, this adorable Kong made his debut as the titular hero in Donkey Kong Jr., a popular arcade title released in the early 1980s, which has this friendly primate on a quest to save his father from none other than Mario. Aside from a number of cameos and being a selectable character in the original Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong Jr. has essentially been buried and forgotten. It would be nice to see him resurrected as a friendly counter to the evil Donkey Kong rumored to be in Super Mario Odyssey. Slinking in at number 3, we find everyone's favorite dastardly duo, Wario and Waluigi. To date, these two have only appeared in sports, party, and racing titles in the Wario series. Wario has made considerably more appearances, having had his own relatively successful Wario Land and WarioWare series, the former seeming to have been shelved since its last title with Wario Land Shake It for the Nintendo Wii. To date, only Wario has appeared in a main Mario title, with his debut appearance as the main antagonist in Super Mario Land 2, 6 gold coins for the Game Boy, which came out in 1992. We can all agree that it would be nice to see these two at least make cameo appearances walking around the Mushroom World in Super Mario Odyssey. Come on, we all know that Waluigi deserves it. Coming in at number 2, we find Princess Daisy, her kingdom of Sazerland, and the forgotten evil extraterrestrial known as Tortanaga. For those of you who aren't familiar, Princess Peach's companion and friend, Princess Daisy isn't just a weirdo who prances around claiming to be a princess. She does indeed govern the kingdom of Sazerland, which to date has only appeared in Super Mario Land for Nintendo's Game Boy. Although, according to her official biography, she now takes up residence in the Mushroom Kingdom because, and I quote, Princess Peach misses her. Yeah. While Princess Daisy has appeared in numerous sporting, racing, and party titles, she has yet to make another appearance in one of the main titles in the Mario series. Her Kingdom of Sazerland is a majorly underutilized asset, for it's very distinct compared to the Mushroom Kingdom with its landscapes, which are heavily inspired by real-life locations like Easter Island and Asia. It's filled with original and new takes on classic enemies. I've always felt that it was a missed opportunity to leave the evil Tortanaga out of Super Mario Galaxy for obvious reasons. He could have either been teamed up with Bowser or been on his own seeking revenge, and we can only hope for a reappearance in the Super Mario Odyssey. And last but not least, we find Mario's often neglected brother Luigi. Now don't get me wrong, Luigi got his time to shine when Nintendo announced that 2013 was the year of Luigi. And of course we can't forget that he has his own series with Luigi's Mansion. However, starting with Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, Luigi has often been pushed aside. This is especially seen in Mario's 3D titles. While it's true that in Super Mario Galaxy, the series, Luigi can be found and unlocked, he doesn't play a pivotal role. You can complete the game without even approaching him. Does he need to be a playable character from the beginning? No, but he can at least help you along your quest in one fashion or another in Super Mario Odyssey. And that is the end of my wish list for Super Mario Odyssey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more content like this. Also, make sure to check out my main series where I discuss classic gaming while going on an adventure. It's like a combination of the Retronauts with the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. Make sure to check it out.